yeah, this list that I have in front of me. Exactly. I don't think anything. Unless you want to play the music to Hine Matov, what I was just. Jackie, isn't it cool to see how everything is made within the sanctuary? I just do this with drums. I don't. Hine matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. 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 How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad.
How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
Shalom
Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum.
How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day.
How good it is,
how good it is,
how sweet it is,
how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so good to be here with you. So good to be here with you. I'm Rabbi Brent Gubbin. I'm here with Miles Eichenhorn, our cantorial intern. We have two new wonderful individuals joining us this evening who are learning how to produce our service. We have Josh Eichenhorn, Miles' dad, is here with us, and Jackie Zamek, and they're going to be toggling everything, making it look really, really easy, but it's really, really hard, actually. And that's kind of a place to start here. You know, this is actually our first service of our new year of streaming. We began this process a whole year ago, and so as we begin our service, as we prepare to welcome the Shabbat, I want to read a prayer to welcome all of you, our community online that is joining us tonight. As you enter into this sacred service to welcome Shabbat, within this connection, surrounded here by people at their screens, joining this service, numberless generations that came before as well, those that built this congregation as a visible sign of our purpose and mission in our community to do tikkun olam, to repair our world. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truer selves. Now we, in our turn, come into the sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. The harshness of the week, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer. I want to ask everyone a question tonight as we get started. I want to ask, what are you grateful for today? Tell us in the chat. Tell us on Zoom. Tell us as you are enjoying our service with us here tonight. What is it that you're grateful for as we bring out a bit of that spirit of Shabbat, a spirit that tells us that we have everything that we need in life? We'll go ahead and welcome the Shabbat as we do traditionally with our candles. Light these candles, we welcome and invite light to enter our lives and inspire us. We draw in that precious glow as we say the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. We'll continue with our blessing over wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei Peri Hagafen. That sweet wine, that sweet Shabbat, that sweetness to be here with you. I want to say Shabbat Shalom and welcome to everyone who is with us tonight. I can see our officer for the night, Alan Wormser, here on my screen. Shabbat Shalom, Alan. We're going to bring up here. Let's see, Helen joining us from Montreal. Shabbat Shalom, so good to have you. And Deb, Shabbat Shalom to you and Roger, to Emily. Thank you for lending 2 of your 3 boys here tonight to help us with our service. Shabbat Shalom to Cynthia and Howard. Shabbat Shalom to Betsy. Shabbat Shalom to Donna. Shabbat Shalom to Deb and Roger, to Jill and my girls. Shabbat Shalom to Wayne and Sandy from North Carolina. I know that's where they're dialing in from. And to Marlene, and to Brenda and Joe, Shabbat Shalom. To Helen, Shabbat Shalom, wonderful to have you with us this Shabbos. To David and Eileen, and Lakashas, I see. Shabbat Shalom to everyone who's joining us on Facebook. I think there's more, I'm sure there's more. It's great to have you with us. Shabbat Shalom, Miles.
Shabbat Shalom.
You know, as we say Shabbat Shalom, we wish actually peace in those words, Shabbat Shalom, peace for Shabbat. We wish to one another, and we want to bring that peace into our lives. We continue with our prayer, peace unto you, peace unto you, peace unto all of us. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem,
Hasharet Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Boachem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Shalom Aleichem Malachei HaSharet Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Baruch Huni L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Shalom Aleichem Malachei HaSharet Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shuvtem L'Shalom Malachei HaShalom Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Last time. Shalom Aleichem Shalom Aleichem Malachei HaSharet Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
This has been a year of so much newness, so much change, so much growth, so much challenge, so much that we've had to adapt to reorient ourselves to do our pivots, our pandemic pivots over and over and over again. That newness. And that newness can be scary, it can be daunting, it can be something that we dread. But it can also be something that brings inspiration. Tonight, as we have this Shabbat, we look for ways to be inspired, ways to notice and appreciate things that, whether they're new or not, whether they've been there all along or not, that they can bring us that sense of hope. And that is the theme that we continue in our next prayer with. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash, sing all the earth a new song.
Hold on. Start that again.
We want it a little higher. We're going to do it
higher,
a
just
new
a little
time. It's going to be new all over again. Here we go.
Much better. Shiru Ladonai Ol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. I will sing unto God all the earth
The new song.
I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing
Sing along.
all the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all
Sing along
all the earth a new song unto God. Last time. Shiru Adonai, O Haaretz, Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadad. I will sing unto God a new song.
We continue welcoming the Sabbath, imagining the Sabbath as a beautiful bride. We continue with Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Shamor v'sachor v'dibor echad, Hishmianu el Hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mikor ha'baracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat bilah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'oreh kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai alaik nigla. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah.
We rise and face the entrances to our homes. Metaphorically, we welcome that bride in as we say, "Come in peace."
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha uvtzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabelah.
Our Psalms guide us through these moments as we welcome Shabbat. And in our Psalms, we read reminders of our ancestors' connection with their world and with the eternal and with the rhythms that dominated our lives. We read that God is robed in splendor like the seasons, like those blossoms that bloom. God brings beauty and joy to the world. We've been watching our seasons turn from the coldness of the bitter core of winter into the first little hints of spring. And I know it's still technically winter, but it was warm this week, and it was really, really nice.
I'm calling it now.
I hope that everyone enjoyed some time outside this week because it was glorious, just splendid. And so we take all of that in. We show our appreciation for God who causes the seasons to change and alternate, who places the stars to guide us in the sky at night. God who brings on the new day, who causes day to follow night. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki chem chayenu ve'orech yameinu v'hem negei omam v'layla Be'ahavat halatasir Mimeinu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Ve'ata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol vavcha v'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'adecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom avavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha u'veitecha u'vlechtecha b'derech u'shofecha u'vkumecha u'shartam le'ot adecha v'hayu letotafot b'einecha u'ktavtam Amzot beitecha ubisharecha leman tizkeru
et kol mitzvotai,
v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem, ani
Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. So much in our world that we hope to see made better. So much in our world that requires our attention and care. But the truth is that we know that we are headed to a better place in a promised land. We know that the winding way to that promise, it sometimes requires us to experience moments in the wilderness, Bamidbar, moments when we're uncertain and not sure where to go. But then when we're there, we can reach out to our friends, we can reach out to our community, we can reach out to one another, and we can find a way to link arms and to march together as we recite this blessing that our ancestors sang on the shores of the sea.
Kamocha va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nezar b'kodesh, mi kamocha va'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nezar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, oseh
Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. We continue with that prayer for peace and comfort as we enter into the uncertainty of the evening. We continue with this prayer, our Jewish lullaby, the Hashkidenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom vehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu lishalom vehamidenu shomreinu
Eloheinu lishalom
Hashkivenu
shomrei,
Eloheinu l'shalom,
Hashkiveinu
shomrei,
Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu shomrei,
Ushmor seitenu, Uvoenu, Lechaim u'shalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'hamidenu shomrei, Eloheinu l'shalom, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, ve'hamidenu shomrei,
Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamidenu shomrei, nu l'chaim. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hopes in our heart and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. In a moment, we are entering into the tefillah, the main portion of our evening service, where each of us will have the opportunity to pray together, to offer our prayers jointly as well as on our own. We'll have a moment when each of you are welcome to grab whatever words that give you peace, whatever words of prayer that you prefer, or the words of our own heart work just as well. And we'll enjoy a little bit of quiet meditation for a few moments during our Amidah prayer. But before we get there, first we are going to have one more tribute to Shabbat with the Shamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat ledotam berit olam. Beini b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamin asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat v'nafal Shabbat v'nafal. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat Lasot et HaShabbat Leotam. Buried Olam one last time now. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat. Lasot et HaShabbat Leotam. Buried Olam.
Adonai Sefatitah.
Yehul Ratzonim Refi. Yehul Ratzonim Refi. Vegion libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri v'goali. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you. O Lord, my rock and my redeemer. O Yose shalom bimromav. Hu yase shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, ve'imru. Amen.
In this moment in our service, we turn our attention outwards, extending our prayers and our thoughts and our hope to all those in our world who we know are in need of healing. We as a congregation, we create one great prayer for healing, even if we're not thinking of someone specifically, opening ourselves up to hearing and feeling and seeing all of those around us, all those in the circles of concern that surround us, and drawing them into our heart and into our prayers for healing. We as a congregation are extending prayers for healing to Anne and her family, to Carlos, Merritt, and Valerie Navarro. We extend prayers for healing to Doris, Fran, and Samantha, to Sally and Riley, to Barb and Fred. We send prayers for healing to Shirley, Rayfield, and Lynn, to all those who were just saddened and heartbroken to see the awful attacks that happened in Georgia this week. For Ellen Rosker and for Bridget, we ask for healing for Susan, for all those that are mentioned, for all of those who go unmentioned, for the many, many more we're aware of throughout our world who are in need of healing. We create one great prayer for healing in the hope that our prayer can bring that healing that is so much needed to our world. We continue with our prayer, the Misha Barach, prayer for healing.
Misha Barach, Avotenu, Mikor habracha, Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Visheverach imotenu, Mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Refuah shlema, refuah nefesh, refuah guf. Pray for healing, complete healing, full healing, healing of the body, and healing of the soul. Healing of the body, healing of the soul. Oh my, it's a wonderful thing that we actually finished our quiet meditation a moment earlier here. So as things were continuing to scroll, I got a moment to read all of the wonderful reflections, the things that you're grateful for, placed up on our Facebook feed. And I got to say that gratitude, being able to tap yourself into that, and to just breathe and appreciate the things that are going right in our world, it helps us so much. It helps us so much. This past year has been a year that has humbled us all. It has stretched us. It has challenged us. And yet, we've come out of it with an amazing new resilience, a knowledge that in spite of challenges that come, we can still find ways to keep connected with one another, to show support for one another, to help, to get involved in our communities. And we've done that in so many ways here at Temple Kol Ami. I was delighted to see that someone shared in their things that they were grateful for this technology, this amazing technology that did not exist at all 1 year ago. And so here we are, and we're able to have a service in our sanctuary with you comfortably in your homes. And I don't know that anyone's going to quite find services the same when they come back, but I'll be happy to see you all here again. So there have been many lessons in humility this past year, many lessons that have taught us how to adapt to new ways of life. And we figured out how to work and create that community through Zoom. We've learned how to shop for our groceries on the internet. We've learned humility in recognizing how our actions affect others. And thinking about our individual responsibility to reduce the spread of COVID and seizing individual opportunities to humbly serve those in need of extra support and love in this moment, such as through Temple Kol Ami's community food pantry, or in making phone calls to members of our community, or dropping off gifts, all of these things that we've doubled up our efforts on in this past year that we have said humbly, with so much we can't control, let's focus on the things that we can. And so this week, as we begin our second year in social distance, our second year in pandemic, who would have thought it possible? We also begin a new book of Torah. And we can see right away that one of the details in this week's portion, of which so much has been said, so much has been explained, is just a little detail, a small detail. And that detail is in the very first word of this book, Vayikra. That word, Vayikra, Vav, Yud, Kuf, Resh, Aleph, the last letter, the Aleph, it's small. It's written smaller than the rest of the letters. It's shrunken. It's an odd thing. Why is it written as such? Well, as with most things in Torah, the answer is a bit uncertain. But our humility in not knowing is no reason to shy away from trying to give an answer. Generations and generations of Jews have tried to speculate. They've been free to speculate about why that little aleph on the word Vayikra, the very first of this new book of Torah. For the early rabbis, that small aleph is understood as relating to the character of Moses, our leader who brought us out from slavery to liberation, who we'll be celebrating in just about a week's time at our Seders for Passover. In Torah we read, V'ha'ish Moshe anav me'od mikol ha'adam, that Moses was anav me'od, very humble, mikol ha'adam, more so than any other person. The small aleph, unassuming in profile, a letter that doesn't even make a sound, it's silent. For the rabbis adds emphasis here to Moses' character. But we must be careful how we understand humility. Humility, anavut, is a central virtue of Jewish ethics, of musar. Anavut means, musar means restraining ourselves. And anavut, keeping ourselves from gloating, but not necessarily expressing meekness. Moses was not meek, in fact. The 19th century Ger Hasidic commentator, the Hasidic Rabbi, the Sfat Emet, teaches that when small letters appear in the Torah, they relate to action. The early 20th century radical Zionist Zev Jabotinsky, he wrote at length at a time when Zionism was just getting its foothold, when Jews were taking huge risks to move themselves and their families to the land of Israel. And in this moment, this historical moment, Jabotinsky tried to redeem a sense of self in the Jewish people with encouraging them to take on what he called hadar, splendor or carrying themselves with pride and dignity, not apologizing for who they were and certainly not showing weakness, that they should confidently carry that small olive they should carry with a humble confidence. Proud humility opens us up to something splendid. Humility when we realize that something is beyond us, that we have to take a moment and learn, that we have to grow our skills, that it's time for us to step up and to embrace the new challenges that we find in our world. These are opportunities when we accept it humbly, when we don't shy away from them, for tremendous growth. These are opportunities that enable the vision of a better world that we hope for, and a better place where learning from each other and not believing that we have all the answers is what's most important. A place where the crown of humility of Anavut is atop all of the letters. May we all live to see the world made better and more peaceful. Next year, when we come back 1 year from today in March, may we no longer be confined to having services the way that we do, but may we be able to humbly rejoin our community in person, physically. May we be able to hug again. May we be able to kiss again. May we be able to go into each other's homes again without fear or concern. With the humility that we have learned so much this year, may we take a little bit of this strength too, in all the skills and all the lessons and all of the strengths that we've acquired this past year that have gotten us through our challenges. May those also contribute to helping us create a better world, and may we live to see that world. May that be God's will. Can you hear that song? And with that prayer for a better world, with that prayer for a little bit more humility, with that prayer for a little bit more love and comfort for each other, we turn to the concluding section of our service. It begins with a prayer for those days that we hope to see our world perfected and made more peaceful and whole. The words of Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, lateit gdula l'yotzer bereshit, shehu sam chalkenu l'yachid et shemo, v'gor aleinu l'hamlik malchuto, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהם מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתנו.
Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then all your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever.
V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo
echad. Our thoughts now turn to all of those sacred souls, all of those individuals who brought joy, goodness, happiness, and wholeness to our life. We think of them now as we prepare for our mourners' Kaddish. They are our sacred memory. We as a congregation acknowledge that we are in a period of Shiva for Barbara Becker, the aunt of Judy and Alan Wormser, and sister-in-law of our member Barbara Becker as well. We are also in a period of Shalom Sheen for Cynthia Blumen, and we offer our condolences as well to Cynthia's family. We think further of the following individuals whose yard sites occur this calendar week. They are Lena M. Abrams, Louise Goodman, Estelle Kaufman, Victor Kalmanson, Nancy Meyer, Eric Polk, Abraham Rothstein, Herbert Sott, Marion Ruth Stein, George Winger, and Ronald Harlan Woollock. We check to see if we have any who are adding names to Kaddish from Facebook. There's none? Apologies if we missed anyone. We join together as one community in support and solidarity for each other as we recite these words for Kaddish. We continue with the mourner's Kaddish, rising in body or spirit, together. Yit Kedal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah
Be'alma devarach yiroteh v'yamlik malchuteh B'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei kol Beit Yisrael
Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lomei amaya. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yita'ar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitale, Yitalal, Shemei Dekudusha B'richu, Ve'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, Tush bechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al Kol Yisrael, ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, V'imru Amen. May God bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as we say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom once again. We're going to welcome our co-president, Alan Wormser, to share our announcement with us. And Shabbat Shalom, Alan.
Our Saturday morning services will continue at 11:15 a.m. following Torah study. Join us for our new program, Shalom Shabbat, on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Welcome Shabbat with stories, songs, and blessings. This program is geared for families with children through 5th grade on Zoom. The link is available in the weekly email or email the office for the Zoom link. We will be having a very special Saturday Shabbat at home tomorrow morning, March 20th at 11:15 a.m. when cantor Zach Mondro will join us and lead us in song. It will be a beautiful service. Ashkenazi Jews are at an increased risk of contracting colorectal cancer. On Sunday, March 21st at 7 p.m., join TKA for a Colon Cancer Awareness Month Symposium geared at awareness and prevention. The symposium will include the following speakers: Dr. Mark DeVore, Jill Gutman, Sharon Spilkin, and Kinneret Gable. The Zoom link is in the TKA weekly email, or you can email the office to obtain the link. All TKA men are welcome to attend Brotherhood and Baseball on March 24th at 7:30. Come hang out on the Zoom as we discuss one of America's most beloved sports, baseball. Share your favorite baseball stories, predict how this season will pan out, bring a sense of humor, and your favorite beverage. Halfway through, everyone. Passover is almost here. Saturday, March 27th is the first night of Passover. Are you in need of an online Seder? Are you Zooming your own Seder and open to guests? Temple will try to match those in need to Seders. Please email Rabbi Gottman at tkolme.org and let us know your needs and or availability. TKA Sisterhood is hosting an online schmooze hour. Join us on Zoom on Monday, March 29th at 8 p.m. This is a great time to socialize with your sisters. RSVP to Sharon Trausch to get a Zoom link. We share Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom links for all TKA programs in our weekly emails. But you can always reach out to us at the office via email or drop us a message in the chat, or someone, no doubt, will be there to offer support. We're delighted by all of you that have joined us tonight. Thank you to our service leaders, Rabbi Gutman and Miles, and the rest of the Eichenhorn family that is at Temple tonight for tonight's services. We're always looking for ways to grow and strengthen our community. If you've not already, we hope you will consider becoming a member of our congregation. We welcome your interest, questions, compliments, advice, as well as your contributions with a big voice. We are Temple Kol Mi, the voice of my people. In closing, thank you for being here tonight. Remember, wherever you go, go blue. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Alan.
That's for all my Spartan friends out
there. Get us in trouble here with Go Blue. Thank you for sharing with us our announcements, and I'll say the same, wishing strength to Miles, who led beautifully tonight. As always, this whole year has just been a joy with you, sir.
Oh, back at you.
And also wishing strength to Josh and to Jackie, who are here helping out. We'll get them a camera soon so they can be up here. But, gosh, this whole year, I'm still just like in awe that it's been a whole year of this.
And at the same time, that it's only been a year.
And that it's only been a year. It kind of reminds me of Psalm 91, a day in the life of God is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years in the life of God is like a day. I don't know. I don't
or
think,
West Side Story?
Definitely no one here's going to...
The West minutes feel like hours, the hours go so slowly.
Groundhog Day is another one. Jackie just said Groundhog Day. Well, in any case, this has been something to get us through here. These weekly Shabbat services where we can smile and laugh, or at the appropriate moment cry and mourn and grieve, and that's something sacred. This is definitely something sacred that we're able to be together. And so we thought, after a year of real strength, we haven't missed a single Shabbat service due to the pandemic. We have been online since day one, literally learning to do this in a day with a webcam and a microphone hooked up to my computer. And now we've got a whole setup, but you know what? Kehila Kadosha. It is all for this amazing congregation and community Kol Ami is, and we're so blessed to have you to make Kol Ami special. So our closing song is going to be one of my old favorites. We're staying with the Dan Nichols theme here, Kehila Kadosha.
If you are a Tem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are a Tem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehila,
you are a Tem,
Kedosha.
We stand here today and remember the dream. You are a Tem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream.
seek the truth.
Each one of us is a part of it all.
Each one of us must remember the pain.
Each one of us
must find the joy. Each one of us,
Each one of us.
Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha. Back to the beginning. If you are a tent, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are a tent, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha.
Shabbat Shalom.
Each one of us must play a part. Each one of us must heed the call. Each one of us must seek the truth. Each one of us is a part of it all. Each one of us must remember the pain. Each one of us must find the joy. Each one of us. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha. Each one of us must start to hear. Each one of us must sing the song. Each one of us must do the work. Each one of us must right the wrong. Each one of us must build the whole. Each one of us must hold the whole. Each one of us. Each one of us. Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha, Kehila, Kedosha. It's how we help. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we heal. It's how we live. It's how we help. It's how we give. It's how we pray. It's how we heal. It's how we live. If you are a Tem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today, remember the dream. If you are a Tem, then we're Nitzavim. We stand here today and remember the dream. If you are a Tem,